Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey, everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Thank you for joining us today. I always am excited when we have a new person join us live. We do have somebody new today, so just super exciting to see what we get to learn all together in this mastermind setting. For today, with us kind of heading into spring and seeing lots of green happening, I just want to focus on gratitude for growing. And let's see what we get to learn from that. So I'm going to set the timer for 90 seconds. We're going to have a private silent meditation on gratitude for growing. So grab your paper and pen and just write down whatever comes to you. This will be your own personal inspiration about this subject. And then we'll share and see what we get to learn. So gratitude for growing, 90-second private silent meditation. Begin. All right. Seemed like that 90 seconds went really fast. I planted some seeds a few days ago just in some little pots, and they're sitting in my front room window, not getting a lot of sun over the last couple of days, but hopefully the light is enough. And I've noticed that I have had some fear around those little plants and doubt about, not about the plant's ability or God's ability to, make the plants grow, but I've had some doubts and some fear about my ability to plant them right and nurture them. This is for this particular time in my life, for whatever reason, my daily GPS has really been inspiring me to learn some lessons around the law of the harvest and the seasons and the way that God creates things seasonally and predictably, and there's predictable abundance in the earth. And I'm said for whatever reason, but I know the reason. This is really some anchoring experiences that are supporting the ideas that we've shared in the Lord's Way to Wealth mastermind group. And I've been really surprised at how many limiting beliefs are coming up about that. So I know that it's perfect for me to have this experience because the limiting beliefs are popping up. That process of growing is an opportunity to face our limiting beliefs, because anytime we're growing, we're stepping into a brand new space that we've never been before. And in my case, I used to do some growing when I was a kid. Mostly I did weeding as a kid, but grew up on a farm. My mom planted about an acre of fruits and vegetables and had an orchard, with fruit trees, and we had a cow and chickens and, all kinds of really fun stuff that we got to do as kids. I just, I'm going back to that time. It's been a long time. It's been a lot of years, probably 40 years since I was really actively engaged in growing the full garden. My husband's done it for probably about the last 35 years, or not 35 years, we haven't been married quite 35 years, but probably about the last 30 years. He's been doing it almost exclusively himself, and I've just been a support. So anyway, stepping into a new space and growing myself, and in the process of growing plants. And I'm just recognizing a lot of the fears and doubts that are showing up in this new space, and it's kind of cool. Who else has something that they would like to share?
I'd like to share.
Okay, thanks, Phil.
What came to me was, they found wheat in some of the pyramids, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're said maybe 3,000 years old, and it was perfectly preserved. And they took the wheat and they planted it, and it grew. And really for us, like, there's a metaphor here, but the wheat, like, until it got put in a cool, dark, damp environment, where it basically destroyed itself. It did. It destroyed itself, and then new life was born out of the destruction and the cool, dark, damp place. Even though it had been in a cool, dark, damp place before, it didn't sprout until the conditions were right. And it had to reach for light. It had to reach up for light, and then the growth took place. And this, for me, it's this metaphor of my life that the conditions are right for destruction of what was, and a new birth of what can be as I reach for light.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. Also want to add to that how important it is for us to realize that these seeds of wheat lay dormant for 3,000 years. There was the potential of growth, the potential of abundance housed within. That's why they put those kernels of wheat in the pyramids, was so that future growth was possible. But until those perfect conditions, until they were put into a cold, dark, damp place, which usually, we don't want to go into, the conditions weren't right for that full potential to be experienced. Thank you, Phil. Who else?
I'll share.
Thanks.
Yeah, yesterday I actually mentioned it was from a book, The Laws of Lifetime Growth. There's 10 laws in this book, and the one that popped up for me yesterday was always make your learning greater than your experience. But just the title of the book just really jumps out at me. The Laws of Lifetime Growth. You will continue to grow if you follow these 10 things. And I think we're always growing anyway. We're always learning. It just really made me reflect on my years and years of personal growth and finding books and seminars and all of the things that I've done to learn. And I realized, though, that there are limiting beliefs that come up about what did I really learn? Did I really learn it? Did I apply it? Because you learn so much more when you apply what you're learning. But all of those years I was reading these books and thinking, well, it's just all going into my mind, and it will just all be there for when I need it. And that may or may not be true. It really does matter how much we apply the learning to our growth.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. The process of consciously choosing what we are learning. You mentioned that we're always learning. There's always lessons. There always is something that we can, a child can say something and we can learn something. So there's constant growth happening, but to actually be consciously choosing what you want to learn, and then once you gain the knowledge, to apply the learning so that you've got physical experience, personal experience to add to that, that takes a conscious effort. So congratulations to you. I know you are a lifetime student, and I would say probably everybody on this call fits in that category. So thank you. Who else?
Well, I have a thought. Michael here.
Thanks, Michael.
Sometimes we get into a shell and we just kind of do the same things over and over again. But when something comes along like the virus, and it just kind of shuts the nation down, and all of a sudden we're forced to move in different directions. And so I think because of the virus, the nation's changing. Okay, we're not using as much fuel, but we're doing things differently. Like many people are Skyping or they're Zooming, where they're talking and seeing each other and having meetings and presentations and everything from the comfort of their home, rather than everybody going one place. We're all separated. So it's a change that was kind of forced upon us. But I think it's going to change a lot of things in the nation, because the nation will grow and new ideas will pop up and new growth will lead and guide the country in a way that's never been done before. And so old ways and old ideas will be kind of pushed out for new ideas and new technology. So that brings more opportunities for growth, more opportunities for people, with different types of skills to grow in their arena.
I agree. That's so true. And I've seen that happen, that evolution is starting. I've known that it's been proven like over the ages that I think it was back in the 1930s that they said that all the patents that were ever going to be given had been given out. Nothing else could be invented. What a silly thing that was. And you're right. What is it? Necessity is the mother of all invention. And I know that there are new ideas and inventions that are on the cusp of coming to fruition because of necessity. I know Zoom, they've done several updates to Zoom since all this started, to handle the volume of people that are now Zooming, for school and for everything, basically. Thank you. A lot of time, it's something to be grateful for. Being forced into a situation is helping us to evolve and change.
Right.
I would love to share something.
Thanks, Mandy.
So you're welcome. Very similar to the last couple comments and your comment as well. Mine had to do with seeds. And when I first get a package of seeds, it's so fun. You can shake them, they make sound, and they're all comfortable inside their package. And many times I feel more comfortable being in a little package. And as I was writing and thinking, I can do, when we take our seed out of the package and we put it in the ground and we give it water and light and air, it's able to grow. And so as we take ourselves out of a package or maybe a comfortable position or space, we're able to grow in so many other ways. Just like right now, there are times when things aren't 100% comfortable, but we have the opportunity to embrace it and change through this season.
Beautiful. Thank you. That is so true. You know, we could talk about comfort zones. We get in a comfort zone and it feels all nice and cozy and comfy, but there's no potential for growth in that comfort zone. We get what we get because that's what exists inside of our comfort zone, you know? And if you think about like a seed package, there's definite potential in there, but nothing's going to happen until some dirt get put, until they put that those seeds in the dirt and add some water. So we could definitely apply that to ourselves, that as long as we're in a comfort zone, we're going to continue to be the same person that we were before. And it's not until we decide to dump ourselves out of that comfort zone that some of that untapped potential can be realized. Let's go ahead and shift over to our permission process. Just invite you to take a deep breath and maybe just envision yourself in your comfort zone right now. Just be very present with who you have been in the past, what has been created in your current life the way it is. And just allow yourself to be aware of an area in your life where maybe you've been sitting in that comfort zone just a little bit too long. That seed of greatness is ready to burst forth and become something different. I invite you to be aware of that one particular area in your life where you, and not even logically trying to figure out what that area of your life is, but just allow intuition to tell you, to show you what area of your life is ready to be changed. That it's time for you to kick yourself out of your comfort zone, to get into a little dark, damp, warm place, maybe cold place that feels a little bit uncomfortable for the time being, and allow yourself to burst forth and become the potential that you were created to become. So what area in your life is it time for you to step out of your comfort zone and to be in that space of growth? And as you think about stepping out of your comfort zone and getting into that uncomfortable place, what's the limiting belief coming up for you? Just acknowledge that limiting belief. Right now, it's your friend. It's telling you the one thing that is standing in your way between stagnation and growth. And as you're becoming more friendly with that limiting belief, more aware of it, I invite you to also be aware of the cost of that limiting belief. If you hold on to that limiting belief, what would be the cost of you growing in this particular area of your life? Would allow you to step outside of your comfort zone, will allow you to be successful once you step outside. What is the ultimate cost if you hold on to that limiting belief? And if you don't like that cost, if you are ready to let go of that limiting belief and produce a new outcome, you can totally give yourself permission to do that by saying yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. So now, since you have given yourself permission to choose a new belief, we get to throw out that old limiting belief and then we replace it with some new beliefs. So at least 2 or 3 new beliefs that will replace that old limiting belief, take the place of it, empower you to grow, to be confident, stepping outside of your comfort zone. Whatever it is that you need to support you in this new space of growth, just write those new beliefs down. And check in with yourself and make sure that these new beliefs are going to be strong enough, that they will be motivating enough, that they have long-term motivation to help you break open and grow to the heights that you know you are capable. And if you need to upgrade those new beliefs, make them a little bit stronger, maybe add another one that takes you from just being out of your comfort zone to actually spreading, opening, growing, increasing your stature, increasing your influence, whatever it is, whatever you need, just make sure that those new beliefs are going to support you becoming the highest version of you in this particular area. And as you're getting more confident, I invite you to bring those new beliefs into yourself and allow these to be the nutrients, almost like drawing the nutrients from the soil as a seed, that you draw the nutrients from these new beliefs. Just soak them up, allow them to be breathed in so that they become part of you, part of your very cellular makeup. That these nutrients were exactly what you needed to have the confidence and the courage to poke your head up above the ground and to allow yourself to see the sun for the first time in this particular area, to see the potential and the growth, the warmth, the amazing vision that you can see now that you've allowed yourself to get beyond the crust of this limiting belief. And as you're poking your head up, just invite you to be aware of intuitively what is the most important thing that you could do today to give you evidence that this is a good decision to step outside of your comfort zone in this area, to kind of stick your head up and see what else is available. What is the one most important thing that you could do today, your inspired shortcut, that would give you confidence to continue growing in this area? And just check in, and after you know what your inspired shortcut is, just check in and see if there are any other limiting beliefs that are popping up. These are like weeds that crop up along with the seed. And it's okay to let those weeds be there, but we definitely want to pluck them out before they start taking hold and choke out the new growth. So just check in, see if there are any more limiting beliefs that are hanging out that need to be plucked and thrown away, replaced with nutrients, some Miracle-Gro, maybe a little mulch to hold the moisture in. Whatever's needed, create those new beliefs that will take the place of those old seeds or the old weeds that you are pulling out. In a moment, I'm going to open it up for some shares, for you to be able to share something about your experience today. I just want to encourage anyone, if you are struggling in any way in this area of stepping outside of your comfort zone, putting yourself in a place of growth, I would love to help you, support you with that. And all you have to do to schedule a 15-minute call with me is to go to askwylene.com, and that will take you directly to my calendar. I have a couple of those calls scheduled today. Thank you for those who have scheduled. I'm super excited for what we get to learn as we connect today. And just 15 minutes is all it takes. You know, when you think about a new seed, it only takes just a few drops of water to keep those seeds moist. It doesn't take very much in the beginning to make the changes that are necessary to really spark that growth. And that's what these 15-minute calls are. It's just that little tiny boost that you need. It's a tiny boost, but it's a huge boost. It really transforms you and allows you to see things from a totally different perspective. So askwylene.com will take you directly to my calendar to schedule that 15-minute call. who has something they would like to share about their experience today?
All right, I'll throw something in.
Thanks, Michael.
I have old dreams, that have been buried in the ground for years. And I guess I'll tell you what the new belief is. And my new belief is I am a sought out speaker. I teach growth promoting principles. I am excited as I teach. And I receive messages from those who I have inspired to change and better their lives. And I don't know if that's a good way to put them, but it's kind of what I felt this morning.
Yeah, I think those are awesome. And
Yeah.
Michael, I know that you definitely have some evidence that supports at least the last one about the feedback that you received from, those inspiring thoughts that you share. Because we have a text thread with a bunch of us, that are on the call on a regular basis. And I know that you are, you're one of those people who shares really inspiring thoughts. And I've seen people respond to you with gratitude. So I know you do have some evidence of those beliefs already.
Thanks.
Thank you. Any other thoughts before we end our call today?
I did have something, but when Michael spoke, it's like I totally tune in and listen, and then I'm like, what was I going to say? So there was just something that came up for me about Jim Rohn had a talk, and I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, about the seed knows what to do. And he talks about the sowing of the seeds and how some fall on rocky ground, but the ones that are planted in the right space and nurtured in the right way have the best chance of growth. And the thing that was popping up for me was about leadership. And I remember being at a seminar and learning about leadership and those negative thoughts that pop in, that why would people follow you and and just about recognizing that those are weeds, that they do need to be plucked up and thrown out, and allow our seeds and our dreams to grow and nourish, and how we really can help each other on our path when we are stepping out on the path and just taking that journey and becoming a leader, and knowing that people who see your greatness will follow you. And so there's still some little weeds that need to be plucked out, but I'm really learning and understanding what it takes to become a leader. And I'm trying to think, where did I so the things that I wrote down, I am on a great path. I am on a path to greatness, and I offer and people follow. I am a great leader. I am bold enough, caring enough, giving enough, seeing enough, growing enough, and good enough to be a great leader.
Wow, beautiful, super powerful. Thank you, Kathy. And I want to, with you as well, just really affirm how you already are a great leader. You mentioned earlier about, taking in all of this knowledge, attending seminars, reading books, all this, like, well, I guess it's going to be in there. Well, you have given us two really great resources in this call. That book, The Laws of Lifetime Growth, and this probably a video, I guess, a YouTube video, Jim Rohn, The Seed Knows What to Do. Those are two awesome resources that you just shared with people. So you are a wealth of knowledge. You do have that wisdom that is needed to lead people, to guide people, and the information that you do share, is heard, and it's inspiring.
Thank you. I'm honored.
You're welcome. Thank you. I know we could probably continue to share. I'm sure lots of you have some really awesome things. I would love to invite you to go to the Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude, and share your thoughts there of what you've learned from this call, and also encourage you to share this call. These gratitude calls, I know, because of the feedback that I get and my own personal experience, that keeping yourself in a space of gratitude is the best place to be at any time, but especially in a time when everybody else is going crazy around us. It's a place to stay grounded and to stay in a place of inspiration, of listening for the Holy Spirit to talk to you and tell you what your next steps are, listening for personal inspiration of how you can grow. And that's the best place to be in at any time, but especially in a time when everybody else is feeling, a little bit uncertain. So we can be kind of that rock for other people. And is a great way to do it, is to share this gratitude call. So thank you all for being on the call. We'll look forward to being back together tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Encourage you all to join us again and invite your friends. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.